Hi, friends, welcome back. If you're here, then you've probably heard about journaling, probably over many years, and all of its supposed benefits. It is everywhere, and it's the newest part of the year, so we see all the beautiful notebooks in all the shops and endless prompts online, and people saying it changed their lives. But if you've ever sat down to journal and thought, I have no idea what to write, or why doesn't this make me feel better? You are not alone. A lot of us think that we should be journaling or we really want to, or it's been helpful for us in the past, but we don't really know where to get started. Then this video is specifically for you, especially if you want to journal because you want to feel better, less anxious, less sad, less overwhelmed, more confident, more clear, and more connected to yourself. And today I want to give you a very simple, very gentle 5-step journaling method that actually supports your emotional well being. It avoids the pitfalls that a lot of people run into with journaling, like overthinking, ruminating, or accidentally making ourselves actually feel worse. And this method is super easy to remember. It fits into just a few minutes a day, and it gives your mind and body a safe, structured way to process what you're carrying. Hi, I'm Amy Rose White. I'm an integrative psychotherapist. Been doing that for the past 2 decades or so, and I make YouTube videos on self-healing tools. If you're interested in this content, please gently tap that like button below. It really helps the channel a lot. I appreciate it. So a lot of people think journaling should feel natural, but the truth is most people struggle with it, and for good reason. You might feel like journaling is just another task on your to-do list, which doesn't feel good, or you're just not sure how to start. Maybe you judge your writing, or you worry that someone will read it. Or you journal and you just don't feel better afterwards. None of this means that journaling doesn't work, but it means you haven't found a method that supports how your nervous system actually functions. And that's why I want to simplify this for you. Not with more rules, not more steps, and not a complicated routine, just 5 small parts that help you feel safe, seen, and grounded. Number 1 is the hot spot. The hot spot is simply the one thing that's taking up the most emotional space in your mind today. Not everything, not your entire life story, unless you want to write that, just the thing that feels the loudest. So you could even write today's hot spot is and finish the sentence. It might be a recent conversation, a feeling, a sensation in your body, a moment of recent embarrassment, something you're worried about, someone you miss, or something that hasn't happened yet, but you've been imagining it and wanting that. So, naming that hotspot gives your mind one single place to land so it doesn't wander into overwhelm or get lost and distracted. Step 2 is the hot thought. So, the thought that is making that hotspot emotionally heavy is the hot thought. We want to write down a few thoughts that we've been having that we're telling ourselves about the situation. So, write down a few of the thoughts you've been thinking and what you've been telling yourself about the situation. And then circle the one that feels the most activating. This one is the one that hits your chest or your stomach or throat and tightens that up. And this helps you see that you're not overwhelmed because of the situation itself. You're probably overwhelmed or upset because of the meaning that you're attaching to it. So, some examples might be I'm not good enough. They're mad at me. I always ruin things. I'm falling behind. People don't care about me. Stuff like that. This step is gentle awareness inviting. It's not proof that these thoughts are true. It's just noticing the one that's really emotionally loud. That's the hot thought. Now we move into number 3, which is their stuff. So I'd like you to journal about the part of the situation that belongs to someone else. So this is such an important step, and I'll explain what I mean, because it helps you stop carrying responsibility for things that aren't really yours. So you can write something like what belongs to them is, and then name their behaviors, their choices, their emotions, their patterns. For example, they didn't communicate clearly. They were stressed and reacted quickly. They have a habit of withdrawing. They made an assumption and didn't check in. They're going through something I don't know about. So this is not about blaming the other person. It's about thinking about a situation so that we're not absorbing things that were never ours to hold in the first place. And you'll feel your body soften in this step because you're redistributing emotional weight back to where it came from. And if you don't know anything about the other person's situation, I want you to just name the facts neutrally and see that there was someone else contributing to what you're upset about. Number 4 is my stuff, but with kind eyes only. So now I want you to move into your own stuff, not a self criticism, but a self connection. So this is where we write down the part of the situation that belongs to us. And we do this with kind eyes only. So we could write, what belongs to me is, I'm scared of being misunderstood. I'm assuming the worst because I'm anxious and this didn't go well last time. I didn't speak up because I didn't want conflict. I shut down when I feel hurt. I'm telling myself a story that might not be accurate. So this is not I'm the problem or even I'm wrong. This is I'm seeing myself clearly with compassion. And sometimes we need to write the situation and reflect on it to get to the our stuff piece. And when we do that, it brings empowerment actually, when it's not loaded with judgment and shame. Because when we see our part with softness, we open the door to change without shame, which is basically where we look at our actions and we make ourselves bad for our part. And that's not the goal of journaling here. The goal is actually to separate those things out. And then step 5, last step, is the plan for today. So now we end with the plan, not for a big life overhaul, not a new personality or a 10-step plan, just one small thing that will help you feel steadier today. You could ask yourself, what do I need today? And what's one gentle step that I can take to meet that need? So for example, I'm going to assume kindness unless someone tells me otherwise, like that person means good for me, good intent. I'll take a short walk to clear my head. I'll reach out once today instead of isolating. I'll rest without guilt. I'll challenge the thought that's hurting me, that hot thought. I'll breathe before reacting. Just picking one tiny step helps our nervous system feel safe. And this keeps journaling from spiraling us into anxiety. It turns it more into emotional movement forward. And when you're done, you can keep what you wrote, or if it feels right, you can let it go. I personally believe and prefer in releasing our pages, tearing them, putting them in a shredder, deleting them if you're typing, although I highly recommend handwriting, or even burning the paper. So this symbolizes I don't need to carry this into tomorrow. And it also doesn't leave any evidence that could leave us feeling like someone might find something that we want to keep personal. Journaling isn't meant to trap us into old stories. It's meant to help us walk out of them. And with just these 5 steps, hot spot, hot thought, their stuff, my stuff, and the plan for today, journaling becomes simple, supportive, and really incredibly grounding. Don't worry about writing perfectly, and you don't have to write a lot. You just want to show up with honesty and kindness, and that is enough. If you like this video, you might enjoy this one right here, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye for now.